Today is Friday, May 20th, 2016. And one good thing I can honestly say about growing older and growing wiser is being alive to get to this age and grow older. I was having this conversation with a buddy of mine who's 51 years of age. And he was telling me about the mistakes he made with his kids, his ex-wife, his girlfriends, and things that he did in his 20s, 30s, and 40s. And before things started to click upstairs in his head that he was the problem in all those relationships with his ex-wife, his ex-wives. I think he had 2 wives, I'm not too sure. But he was a problem, and he's finally making amends with these people to correct this stuff. And with his current girlfriend, he is a completely changed person because he now understands the consequences of his actions. And I was kind of feeling kind of down, and he said he wanted to speak to me because he's been watching this mess on Facebook too. I have a lot of straight friends. And he said he was watching this, and he said it kind of struck him that a lot of people are not really understanding the way the world operates. That we all have to be responsible for the consequences of the actions that we do, whether in relationships, jobs, with your children. Your actions and the things that you do, you have to understand there will be consequences. And before you do these things, you have to understand that and accept the fact that my actions could have some severe consequences. And I've learned, as he was talking to me, I was like, he's right. Because I've also learned that. I've learned that I need to think before I do things. And instead of thinking, what I mean by that is sometimes I can be kind of spur of the moment type things, and I really don't think things through. But I've learned to start thinking and say, okay, now if I do this, am I ready for what's going to become of this? Me and Earl have been together for approximately 20 years. And over the years, I've met some very attractive guys who wanted to get with me for whatever reason. Some guys are just, I'm not a bad-looking brother. No, I'm not Omar or whoever some of these attractive actors are. But I've had a lot of individuals over the years that would approach me, but I always had to stop and think. Now, if I run off with this individual and mess around with this person, am I ready to deal with the consequences of possibly Earl finding this out, or the consequences of me picking up something and bringing it back home, disease or something? Maybe the economy's doing some shit. So I'm like, well, is this really worth me messing around with this person when I know I have somebody at home that I love? Am I willing to lose Earl to mess around with this person that's hitting me up trying to get with me? Am I ready to deal with the consequences of my actions? And for me, that's always been a no. Because I'm not willing to lose Earl, somebody that I love, for something that may not last more than 30 minutes. Tops. I'm old. So I'm not going to be around here fucking somebody else for a maximum of 30 minutes of pleasure and could possibly lose something that I happen to love at home. I understand the consequences of my actions. People approach me with all kinds of stuff all day long. I am a convicted felon. I got a record a mile long. When I was younger, I did a hell of a lot of shit that I should not have been doing because I didn't understand the consequences that were going to happen because of my own actions. I can blame everybody, but I did that mess. I don't care who introduced it to me. I did it. So now when people step to me with this illegal shit, I know better. I'm not getting involved. I like sitting at home in the comforts of my home and drinking a cup of coffee. I don't want to be in Fulton County Jail or Rikers Island or anybody's jailhouse, that's a horrible experience. Been there, done that. Don't want to do it again. Those days are long behind me. When people talking about some illegal stuff, I look at them like they're crazy. Because I already know the consequences of those actions. Handcuffs, judge, bail, attorneys. Life is too short to be running in and out of the court system. I have a lot of friends who haven't learned this. They get out of jail, they get back in trouble, they're back in jail, they commit more crimes, they're back in jail. It's like a continuous circle. When will these guys are getting close to 50? When does this mess end? Then they call me from the jail and Facebooking you and calling. It's like, okay, please. Well, last week I was at a restaurant with some friends. We were having these heated conversations about me exposing this boy HIV status. And so we were having these really hot, heated conversations. At one point, I was so fucking angry that I literally almost knocked one of them niggas out. Excuse my language. But I almost knocked one of them fools out of that damn table. And I had to sit there and calm myself down. Because I said, if I touch one of these sissies at this damn table, they're going to run their ass down. See, they're talking all this mess. They're going to run their ass down to that police department. And the police going to be looking for me. I'll be hiding out and running. They're going to put a warrant out for my arrest for assault or battery or worse. I'll be sitting in jail. I got a record. Assault charges. If you know how they feel about this shit in Georgia, about putting your hands on somebody, they will throw your ass under the jailhouse here. So I decided to sit there. Even though in my mind I was killing their asses. You just don't know. In my mind I was slamming their asses all over that damn restaurant. There was some vicious shit going on in my mind. I had to shake it away like, ooh, God, Satan, leave me alone. I'm just serious. But I knew if I touched them, there was two individuals there that I would have to beat both their asses. And I could have did it. And I would have won that fight. And they'd been laid out on that damn restaurant floor. But I knew I was going to have to deal with the consequences of my actions. And it wasn't going to be pretty. Jail, attorney, bail, possibly jail time. This is Georgia for assault. So I let that shit ride. So I'm not going to touch these fools. However, they'll never sit at the table with me again. That's over with. They'll never sit at the table with me in some restaurant. When I see them individuals, I'm walking the other way. I don't care if I done went 100 miles. I'm walking that door and see them, I'm getting back by my car going back 100 miles. It won't happen again. I don't have time for this foolishness. I'm just too old. Too old. I know the importance of dealing with the consequences of my actions. That's why certain things I do not do. If I was HIV positive, ain't no way in hell I would have unprotected sex with someone without sharing my status. I could not do that under any circumstances. I couldn't do it. Hell, I got jock itch today. This shit getting on my damn nerves. I've been dealing with jock itch for 2 weeks now. I've been cheap. I didn't really want to go to my doctor to get this cream. This shit's expensive. I'm going every day. I can't take this shit. I didn't try every over-the-counter remedy. It's like every time I think I'm just about finished with it, it roars back. And I'm like, oh shit, this shit getting on my nerves. So I'm going to see her today to get some cream, since I might have to get an antibiotic at this point because it's kind of got that shit ain't no damn joke. So I'm going today to get this resolved because I can't take it no more. I don't care how much that shit costs. How much? I know that cream is close to $100 something. I'm gonna buy that mess, but it'll last me for a couple of months. At least I'll have that mess because this is ridiculous. Because that jock can sneak up on my ass from time to time. Because I work out, you work out in the gym, you get sweaty, and what I need to start doing is after I do cardio, I really need to change clothes, possibly even shower, and then continue working out. But I just don't do that. I just go ahead and work out. And it just creates a whole bunch of, consequences of your actions. I'm so grateful I met with my buddy. He set me down. and we just sit there and talk. Sometimes you need somebody with a clear head to kind of say certain things. He agreed with what I did. He didn't have a problem with that. The problem he had was the individual who did that, he didn't understand the consequences of his actions. And as you grow older, he said, I should have gave him a pass because he was young. At 30, well, okay, fine. He said he was young. He don't know no better. And he explained to me certain stuff that he did in his 30s and 40s. I'm saying, that's what happened? Because there were certain things going on. I don't know what happened. I've known this man for years. But he explained certain things to me that took place in his 30s and 40s. And I said, you did that. That he ended up losing his wife. She couldn't tolerate it. She had enough. And I didn't know what had happened. All I know is they got divorced. But I had no clue what had taken place. Now I do know. He was wrong. I was like, woof. No wonder she left. She took every goddamn thing that she can take with her. She took every damn thing. She did. She took it all. So, I think a lot of guys, unfortunately, we don't know. Some of us mature later in life. I was mature in my 20s and 30s. By the time I hit my late 20s, I was done with life of crime. I couldn't tolerate it no more. People come to me with stuff, I say, well, that sounds good. We can make $1 million, but I'm not doing that. Y'all have fun. I'm out. Seriously. And people are like, well, you can make a lot of money, Walter. Why don't you want to get involved in that? No way. I'm not doing that. I already know what's going to happen. Jail time for a long time. I'm fine with who I am as a person because I've matured and I'm here at 46. I'm glad to be here. I made it through those 20s and 30s, 40s. Well, mainly in 20s and 30s, they'll do you in if you do not clearly understand. Are you prepared and ready to deal with the consequences of your actions, the things that you're doing? Whatever you're doing, are you ready to deal with those consequences that are going to come? Because there are going to be some consequences. You could lose everything, including your life. So you need to think. I see these teenagers robbing these stores and shooting and killing people. They're young. Vegas, get out. Come here, Vegas. These kids are young. They rob these stores. They shoot and kill these people for nothing. They don't understand the consequences of their actions until it's too late. Now you got a dead clerk in the store, and you got somebody 16, 17, 18 years of age shot and going to prison for the rest of their damn life. They didn't understand. They were too immature. Now they got to grow up in prison. We got a prison system full of young African-American men, boys, teens, who've done some horrible crimes because they didn't understand. They didn't clearly understand what the consequences would be of what they were doing. I don't know how we can get this message out to these young kids to start being more responsible and think before they do stuff. Because the consequences can be so severe. Like I said, you literally can lose your life. I'm lucky to be here alive because I did some things in my youth that I could have ended up dead. I'm just telling the truth. I was a criminal who was doing a lot of different stuff. And if I had run across the wrong person, the wrong police officer, the wrong sheriff or FBI agent or whatever, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be dead. Anyway, if you like my videos, please click like, share them with family members and friends. This video is a little bit longer than I wanted. But I'm hoping I can get this message across. I hope it's clear. I'm sitting here having coffee. Today is, like I say, the 20th. May is flying by.